Last night, 15-time major champion Tiger Woods announced that he underwent a lumbar disc replacement surgery. That took place on Friday. In a post on X, Tiger explains that he had the procedure due to pain and mobility issues. This marks the 7th surgery that Tiger has had on his back. No timetable was given to when Tiger may return to competitive golf. This is a notable surgery timeline from Tiger Woods. You can see we added Friday's surgery to the bottom of it, and it is, to say the least, ominous. We are joined now by a good friend and senior writer at Golf Digest, Jaime Diaz. Jaime, thank you for your time. First of all, what was your reaction to the news yesterday? Are we past the point of surprise?
Well, probably, and especially if you consider his history. Certainly had that fusion back in 2017, and that was to, give him a chance to play again. And then he had another fusion on his ankle earlier this year, and that was 224, and that was to alleviate pain as well. And I think right now the whole issue is managing pain so that he can swing a golf club with some freedom. So even though it's, going to cost him the second half of this year and everything else, and probably most of next year, it's still better to get rid of the pain and start to get back into a mode where he can actually swing a golf club like the player he wants to be. Because if he's just fighting pain the whole time, it's just in vain. I think it's unpleasant. He's got a problem walking anyway. This probably was something that helped that feel worse. So again, try to eliminate those things that cause pain and make golf unpleasant, because I think really what he wants to do is play golf freely and, play the sport that he loves the most. Loves so much, as well as he can.
Jaime, one of the sad parts about the timing of this surgery, of course, is at this time of year, we're usually looking forward to Tiger and Charlie at the PNC, speculating about the Hero World Challenge and TGL's set to kick off in late December. Down the road, of course, there was the talk about the chase for the U.S. Senior Open and Bob Jones. Now it seems as though the primary speculation will be about how long the road to recovery will be.
Well, I think those things, especially the Bob Jones chase for the USGA number of titles, is still in play. It just had to happen now is the problem, because, when he had that fusion, that was for the S1, L5 vertebrae. This one is L5, L4 above it. That was always going to be a problem after he had the fusion, because that's where all the tension goes now, since the fusion sort of froze that one area. And this is now taking the bulk of all his activity and all his motion. So it had to be fixed. And yeah, it's unfortunate as far as the timing, but long term, it's the best idea to do it, I think, sooner than later. And it was starting to crop up, and there was no point in going on and waiting. So, okay, he's going to miss the father and son and the world tour and the Hero World and the TGR and everything. But, I think he's got years of golf ahead of him if he can somehow play pain-free. I know that maybe sounds, wishful thinking to a lot of people, but there's PGA Tour champions. There's a lot of things that he can still do, and he may lose a little swing speed, but he can still play in majors, and you just never know. Phil Mickelson won a major at 51. I don't count Tiger out if he's pain-free.
Jaime, we were led to believe that Tiger turned down the Ryder Cup captaincy because he stepped up his leadership role in the PGA Tour. How significant a blow do you think this development might be to those important initiatives and timelines?
Well, I think it's, next year would be the first year in between the next Ryder Cup. And if he wants to do it, and it's in Ireland, and it's in a place that he's very familiar with, JP McManus and others, I think he's still got plenty of time to do it. I think too much is made, actually, of a 2-year run-up for captaincy. I don't think that he has to do a lot next year. And if he's getting healthy and he wants to do it, I think he can have a very productive Ryder Cup in 2027.
As you can imagine, Jaime, the reaction has been massive to this announcement of surgery. It's almost felt cathartic in some ways, in some ways casting Tiger as almost a victim in a almost sports Greek tragedy sort of way. But how much of Tiger's long history of physical ailments are of his own making?
Well, Tiger pushed it as hard as he could as an athlete, and he probably overdid it without maybe having full knowledge of all the weightlifting and heavy stuff he was doing back in the mid-2000s and what the long-term effect might be. Also playing on that, fractured leg at Torrey. It was a miracle win, and it's one of his greatest accomplishments in 2008. But at the same time, it may have taken a toll. and now he's paying the price for it. I don't know that I don't consider him a victim necessarily, and I don't consider him somebody who self-destructed. I think it was just an athlete going as far as he could in the moment, and maybe not knowing that the extremes he was taking would have the long-term effects. You don't see usually now the bulk on some of the players as they train. I think Tiger might be a cautionary tale for some of those players, but at the time, I think he thought he was doing what was going to maximize his abilities.